Well, I suppose you didn't have time for breakfast anyway, hey old friend?
Well, I'll swallow my mouthful. Okay. I was feeling peckish.
I was feeling peckish, okay. Okay. So, Colin, you're seeing this this lizard folk covered in blood, dripping down him from biting into the neck of this drow, but this drow is of great interest to you, even though she is perished. Why is she here, and why death magic? You were looking at the corpse of this drow as well, are probably a little bit interested and looking at the grisly side of a lizard folk, but you notice, Weave. You're the first to notice. Roll a perception check for me, just to make sure you don't hit a 1. Oh, yeah. All right, with the natural... Oh, was that a natural 20? It's your perception. You have a negative modifier. You've got a negative modifier. Yeah. You notice that the lizard standing there with the blood dripping down his chest, there is still something swirling through his eyes. That smoke is still there. It's faded, but it has changed from that blacky purplish hue to more of a crimson hue. And it's not like whipping past consistently and constantly now, but it remains there a little bit. You can see it's still just moving around. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna walk up to Alex. I can't remember what his character's name is, and I'm gonna say, Grisk. Walk up to Grisk and say, "Remind me to stay on your good side."
I am going to walk up similarly to Cloth, but instead of acknowledging Grisk, I will investigate the Drow closely.
Okay. So you're going to just take a look amongst the Drow's belongings. Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, Alex, are you going to say anything to Colin?
Why are you here?
Well, I'm a traveler that wants to seek knowledge, but I just so happen to keep finding myself in places like this, in times when people need help.
No, I mean, why are you here talking to me right now?
Well, I feel like I helped a little there, don't you think?
You gotta roll an insight check for me, Alex.
Sure.
Help sir.
Okay, even with the 7, you understand there is a kindness to this rabbit. Okay, you can read empathy, you can read age, you can read someone who's at the end of a long life, and is looking to do good. So you don't sense any malcontent. He seems to be a good egg. Even in this stressful moment, he's been here. You remember, you could speak, Harangon. You heard him try to defuse the situation with ducks when it all kicked off. When you turned into when you wild shipped. You've seen him be here, tried to help you, reaching out with magical energy. You can tell that he means no malcontent. This Harangon.
No ulterior motives that I can.
Not that you can discern. No.
Zippo. Have a small breakfast.
Num delicious drow. Okay. So you're rattling around within the goods of the drow, and what you discover amongst it is an amulet that seems to be magical in nature. You see, like the goods that she's carrying around. There's 20 gold pieces in her pocket there. You find a symbol in amongst it all that appears to be a wilted rose. It's like a pin that's attached to the collar of a darker purpley velvet robes. There's a golden pin with black detailing. It's the opposite of the armor of Thux. Thux's armor is black with gold detailing. This is black. This is gold with black detailing, and it's a wilted rose. I said pin. There's 2 potions there as well. The magical amulet and 20 gold. Did I say 20 gold pieces? And also there is a note a sealed note on her as well. Do you want to try to take any of it? Let it be known you'll be rolling a sleight of hand check in front of everyone. If you're trying to pocket it.
Indeed, I won't try to take all of it, but I think I'll take the gold and the rose.
And the pin? Rose pin?
Might be from the other side. Yes.
Okay. Roll. Roll a sleight of hand check. Okay, with the roll that low, can I get you to roll a perception check? Alex, I'm going to say Collet. Oh no, you'd have your back turned. Roll it anyway. Collet, you'll be looking directly at it with where the corpse is. Can you roll a perception check? But you won't roll one as well, Grisk.
I'll roll mine at disadvantage because it's behind you.
Yeah, because it's behind you. Did you just roll two fucking 19s?
I did.
You guys are aware that Weave is digging around in the corpse, and he's sort of taking little bits and pieces. You can't really see what he's doing, but you're aware he's taking something. Okay, at this moment, Thux, you can see he's been in the background while you, Collet, and Grisk have been having a chat. Thux has been in the background waving over. You can see that the local guard of Blottrus have sort of set up a perimeter, but really everything is returning to normal. There's a few people looking over. They see the dead Drow, but this is Ebervold. If blood's not spilt on the streets, it's not a normal day for them. So they sort of look, they see something's happened. You see the halfling that you have killed, Weave, sort of gets written off as a death that occurred at the hands of the Drow, and they sort of ferry that body away and it disappears into the crowd. Some of the guards take that halfling away. Out of sight, out of mind, you've got away with murder for now. Maybe it'll come back onto you later. And Thux sort of steps in and he says, okay, well, does anyone know her? Is this a friend of yours as well? I'm not going to have a dragon step out of the alleyways. We've had a lizard, a hare. We've had whatever this thing is. And he points at you, Weave. And he says, what's next? A drow? A deep gnome? And he's sort of looking at you guys, trying to see if you... He's basically trying to catch you off guard and see if you know the corpse that lays in front of you. Did you guys want to roll any checks to see if you recognize the robes, the pin, the character? Did you, Collet or Grisk, want to search the Drow's body? Do you tell them what you've found, Weave? What are you doing?
I do not tell them that I found the pin. I will say that I found the gold there. It's quite a rich Drow. It's a nice amount.
Okay.
Can I investigate and take the note?
You don't know the note's there. So investigate, see what you can find. Roll an investigation check on the body. Grisk, what are you doing?
Well, I don't even recall meeting elves before, so why would I know who this Drow is?
Yep, okay, perfect. To be clear, you turn to Thux as he's speaking, and a memory sort of overwhelms you. You remember a river? You remember him alongside you on the river. He's dressed in armor, but you're not. And you remember him smiling. But you still... everything's not right. Still something wrong. But you remember his grin. And you remember some distant place that you can't quite put your finger on. Something has been restored. With an investigation check, you find everything that Meow left behind, Collet. So you found 2 potions. There's a magical amulet there that you find. And you find a note.
It's a sealed note, right?
Correct.
Now, sealed, are we talking like I can't open it at all, or it's just not opened yet?
No, it's just not opened yet. Well, actually,
Okay.
as you finger it and look it over, you see that it has a wax seal, and though the seal looked like it was complete and sealing the note, as you finger it, it's been opened. This note.
Okay. I want to open it, look at it, and see what's on it. Read it.
Okay. You open it up, and it says, "Dear Shay," is what's written at the top of it. Now it's written in a script. I'll get you to roll. What languages do you speak? What languages are you
I speak
fluent in?
all languages.
All languages? Okay. All right.
Common and celestial. Yeah.
Common-
That's not all languages.
Yeah,
Trust me,
that's not all
there is
languages.
like
Yeah,
Sorry,
thousands
yeah.
of languages in
Common and
D&D.
celestial. Yeah. Those
Common
are
and-
the only two I know. Sorry.
Okay.
But I do have a spell that's comprehend languages.
What's it say it does?
It just makes me comprehend any language.
So
You
if you click on the little pencil, it'll give you a description of it, and you'll be able to read exactly what it does.
For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written.
There you go.
perfect. Okay. Okay. If you want to cast that spell, you're more than more than welcome to, because you don't understand the language that's written right now. In the note.
I casted it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to send you something. And I'll let you know whether or not you want to disclose this. Where are you?
Well, while we're waiting for that, I will point to Thux and go, how do I know you but not know you?
That's what it says. Up to you whether you want to share it. Read through it. Okay. How do I know you but not know you? Thux, this time again, a sword is already tucked into his belt. He holds his arms out again, and he embraces you. And you feel that tender embrace as he holds you when he kisses you on the neck, like they want to do in Bloodthruce and Ebervold. And he says, "You know me, friend. For years you've known me. We fought together. I helped you bury your mother. We've known each other for years."
Why can't I remember that?
He sort of looks down and he goes, "Do you remember your mother?" What's the name of the town you're from?
Zottel.
Zottel? He goes, "Do you remember your mother? Does she rest still in Zottel?"
Yes.
So he sort of is taken a bit back, because the words he's saying to you ring true. He's just as confused as you are. You're an old friend that's not recognizing him. He's saying these words to you that should mean so much, and they're not. Again, at this point, everything he says about you tells you that he knows you. You just can't put your finger on what has happened and why not. Why?
Yeah,
Why
the
not?
memories are just not there.
Yeah. So at this point, you see the Harangon now fingering the note, and having a bit of a look. And Weave, I'm sure you're watching him, wondering what is written in that note. You, Grisk, are engaged in a conversation with Thux, and then out. Yep, just switch it there. There we go. Thank you, Zip. I appreciate you. Out of the crowd steps a man who looks a bit rough, and he strolls straight up towards Thux. Do you want to describe to us what your character looks like, Quantum?
Yes. You see a person wearing pretty simple clothes, black and grayish robes. They look pretty dirty. Fairly tall. Skin's a bit pale with almost like silvery accents in it. And their eyes almost look like they're glowing a bit. They have long black hair with some silver in it, and a pretty intricate tattoo that spirals all the way up their right arm.
Okay.
They've got pouches, things kind of intermixed in their clothing and attire chaotically, but they seem very comfortable with themselves.
Okay. You sort of step through the crowd and walk straight up, and you see Thux Now you know Thux quite well. This elf, this regal elf, head of the chivalry here in Bloodthirst, and he knows you well, Monk. But you can't help. You're too interested in what's going on here, and so you have overwhelmed and need to approach and have a chat to Thux. I wouldn't call Thux a friend of yours, but I would say that you are civil, even in the light of who you are and who he is. What race are you, by the way?
An Asimar.
You're an Asimar. Okay. All right. So you walk out. He obviously has a lot of respect for you due to your heritage. He's not as fond of your actions. How old are you?
67.
Oh, so you're quite young for an Asimar. Okay. All right. All right. Or is your character aged? Tell me, because I don't want to assume.
I think he looks aged because of the lifestyle.
Okay.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So you stroll up to Thux. Thux is you know Thux's history. You know he served with Gorehound. Like I said, you've had run-ins with him several times, and there's that mutual understanding between you and him, where he appreciates the things you do for those who are disadvantaged, but he can't outwardly show that appreciation because of the nature and the way that you help the disadvantaged. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. Sure.
Okay. So you stroll on over. You can see you've seen this lizard folk drama. You've seen a drow being taken out. Hey, roll a Arcana check for me immediately as you approach. Okay. The first thing you notice as you stroll over is what appears to be an absence of magical energy emanating from where Weave is. It's something you can't help but notice as you stroll towards it. It wasn't drawing your attention, but it does draw your attention a bit as you do approach. And you step towards Thux. What do you say?
I think I step up kind of casually and look at Thux while eyeing the situation and just say, seems there's a bit of a mess here. What's going on?
He turns to you. You can see behind him a lizard folk still drenched in the blood of his kill. And he sort of turns and says, "This doesn't concern you, Wren, unless, of course, you had a hand in it."
My hands get around, but this one is a bit more unusual for me.
Okay. All right. He's looking for a retort, but before he does, Meltmar, what are you doing with the note?
I am gonna store it in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna kind of keep it secret for now, because like I'm really the only one that
can read the language. That's in it. Yeah. Or you assume you're the only one who can read the language that's in it.
What language is it again?
He doesn't know. He can comprehend the language, but he doesn't know what language it
I
is.
just don't know which one it is.
I mean, you can challenge him. You see him putting this note into his pocket. Weave.
I'll let it go for now.
Let it go for now. Yep. Thux sort of he takes you at your word, Wren. He sort of looks you up and down and sees that you have had no hand in it, and he gestures towards the drow on the ground. He says, "This one. Do you know her? Have you seen her before?"
Do I?
Roll a
For you?
You want to
roll a history
check or?
Yeah. Do you think any of you guys could roll higher than fucking 6 today?
No, apparently not.
Can you roll a perception check for me, Ray?
Sure.
Okay. You don't know her, but you know the cloak that she's wearing. And you look to see if she, being the nature of your background, you look to see you're looking for the pin that's normally attached to the cloak, that wilted golden rose with the black thorns.
Sure.
And you don't see it. You expect to see it. You think it's just been snatched at some point or fallen off somewhere. About 2 weeks ago, before the festival started, a good 2 weeks before the festival started, you noticed more and more of these strange folk coming into the city, or at least finally showing themselves in the city. Maybe they'd already been here. That dress in these deep, dark, like maroon purple robes with this wilted rose pin on them. You're not really sure what they're up to just yet, but you know that somewhere on the docks, they seem to be congregating a little bit more. Not the Golden Docks, towards the Western Docks.
Okay.
Yeah. So Thux stands
do I know
there.
the name of the group at all?
No. They've been in the background of your mind until now. It's really just
Yeah.
people come and people go in block throughs.
Cool.
So Thux is still waiting. He says, "Do you know why you're not going to respond?" You just say, "Yep." You don't know.
I think I would stroll forward and kneel down to kind of look closer at the garb of this dark elf.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe say, as I'm doing that, I think I have seen some similar to this around in the last week.
Thux
And
raised.
as I'm doing that,
Yeah.
I want to try and feel around and take any gold or anything that the drow has on it. Like anything.
Immediately searching. You're too slow, my friend. Weave has already snatched any gold. You think it's a bit odd that there's no gold on the drow, but there is no gold. You feel around, you're sure there's none left. Did you take the amulet off of her?
I didn't.
You didn't take the amulet? What about you, Collet? Did you take the amulet or the potions?
I also did not. I just
Okay.
took the letter.
You just took the letter? You do find a amulet, and you touch it, and it's freezing cold to the touch.
That's not a good sign, but I will take that.
You pocket it away. Okay.
I want that.
Can I use a sleight of hand to make sure no one notices?
Go for it. Yeah.
I can
Because of the way that you had stepped into and sort of are making a scene in your own way, you can roll at advantage. You don't need to. You got a 17.
Okay.
Yeah. But you, roll at advantage anyway in case you get a 20.
Sure. It was better. 22.
Okay. Yeah. You snatch that into your pocket with ease. It just disappears. No one suspects a thing. Okay. So, you all stand here in this in the slightly cleared environment of the open square. The crowds push back and forth. At this point, this is the center of Bloodthrough. It is the Festival of the Blood Rose, and it is starting to swing into full gear. Thux sort of stands up and he looks around at these characters around him. He points to you. He says, "Wren, I need information. I need you to meet me in the palisade. 4 hours time. I'll see you there. You know that this isn't an option. You've been commanded. And if you want your way of life to continue, you're going to have to be there." Wren. He turns to you, Grisk, and he says, "Grisk, I'd expect you to be there as well. We have some catching up to do." And then he walks over and kneels in front of you, Weave, and he stares right into your eyes, and you can feel this this knowing. He's trying to reach into you, Weave. You don't know how, but he's trying to reach into you. And then he turns to the guard and he says, "This one is welcome as well." And he stands up and walks away. And then, in a very, very kind voice, he says to you, because he can read you like a book, Collet, and all of your pages, Collet, show kindness. And so he immediately reaches down, embraces you, and kisses you on the neck. And he says, "I hope you'll come too, friend." And then he sort of steps away and he goes, "4 hours, gentlemen," and he disappears. Well, he doesn't disappear. He's hard to miss, but he pushes away into the crowd.
Fair enough. Well then.
What are you doing?
I have no idea what you people want. I'm going and getting more food.
Food it is.
I'm
Alright.
slightly
I need
touched.
a rest.
Slightly touched by Collet's enthusiasm. I think I'll come with him. But if we're not going anywhere for now, I think I'll also look for a store because I want to spend my money.
Okay. So, Alex, you're going to go and try and find something to eat.
I will.
Not quite satisfied with the blood of the drow. You can stroll off into the distance. Is there anything particularly that you are looking for to snack on? Before you walk away, actually, Wren, Collett, what are you guys doing?
Does anyone of this group that I've just been randomly assigned to work with look particularly wealthy?
No. I mean,
kind of better off. Like,
yeah. He's got like tired robes. Not tired robes, but you know, you can tell that he is a wizard or a sorcerer, so he probably is doing quite well for himself just by the nature of his magical ability. But they do look a bit ragtag, you know.
yeah.
That's fine. I walk up to Collett and I'm gonna pat him on the back and sort of like at the same time as I'm speaking, feel up to see how much money it feels like they have in their coin purses. I'm not trying to steal it. I'm just trying to gauge.
Okay, sleight of hand check.
And I'm gonna say, well, I haven't seen Herringon around these parts in quite a while.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say this rabbit has had a few times today. Has had people start to dive into his bag, and I think at this point, Collett, you've had Weave try to dive into your bag, and now you've had Wren try to dive into your bag. You're cluing onto it. You know what he's doing, but he's not actively trying to steal anything. So do with that information what you will. So I'm gonna say you failed to do it sneakily enough that he doesn't know that you're up to something. The rabbit's onto you.
Absolutely.
So what did you say to him? You said
I haven't seen a Herringon around these parts in a while.
Here you go.
What brings you here?
I come around every few years to catch the festival and see if I can find anything new.
Yep. Folks are in town for the festival pretty often.
You do feel this gold. You catch a note in one of his pockets. A spell book, a few other bits and bobs, but nothing. He's not carrying a bank around with him.
Sure. Sounds good. I'm just gauging.
In my mind, I've just got this very funny image of you feeling for the rabbit's purse, while Weave is feeling for your purse.
I mean,
It'd be
that's
funny
fine.
if he failed the sleight of hand check and you said like goes to feel for your coin purse and ends up grabbing his tail.
grabs your little fluffy tail in the back.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
Yeah. I mean, we can assume that he's grabbed a couple of spots that he's failed to check. So he's grabbed your tail, he's grabbed thigh, he's grabbed ear. He's just sort of feeling around. Because he doesn't know, I'm going to say this is the first time you've because Harrigan are rare. You are incredibly familiar with their form. So all you can see is robes and a rabbit head sticking out the top. So you're feeling and maybe squeezing bits and pieces that you don't mean to, which is why you failed.
I follow the clothing pockets, but I don't know what's behind them. So that's a
correct.
Bit, clumsy.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to say that because you've been, you've all been told to meet in about 4 hours' time, you've got 4 hours to do whatever it is that you want. If you guys want to get to know each other or chat, you can. If you can separate. Alex already stated that he's going to get something to eat. Alex, you very easily find something to eat. And you can see that the townsfolk, they saw how kindly Thux was to you. And so they are wary of you now. Not just because you turned into a giant lizard beast, but because you have shown to be connected to their chivalry, which puts you at a higher class than the average individual. So as you move around where once people completely ignored you, you draw eyes as you stroll around. Whether or not you're...
I don't like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, whether or not you're comfortable with that, it is a curse that is now upon you. Is there anything else you want to do in the next few hours? You're just going to eat, relax? I'm going to assume a short rest, so get your HP points back as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say that, or like, since Quanti's new to the group now, like, it'd be cool to get to know him, like, you know, like, increase the morale
Yeah. So you said what do you say to him to try and get him to stick around with you?
Talk about history.
All right. So you start to talk.
You know much about these parts? Like, can you tell me any of the history of where we're at?
You can if you want to.
Tell you.
Roll a history check if you want to.
I can tell you that there's a lot of problems here.
Okay, you know a lot about Blotthroos. You don't know a lot about Ebervold and what else is going on outside of the walls. This city has become your focus of late. Yeah, so you know quite a lot about the city with a history check of 12, but not a whole lot about their grander scope. So feel free to tell him whatever you want.
I would probably give him some silvery-laced words of dislike for the wealthy nobility of this place. And as I'm doing it, trying to gauge Collette's sort of reaction to the way I'm speaking so that I know if I could see this one as a real ally or just a temporary compatriot.
Do you want to roll it? Do you want to roll an insight check then, as you try and get a read on him?
Yeah.
So as he's speaking, he's talking real Robin Hood style language at you, Meltmar, where he's saying you can tell that he's obviously a bit of a rough and tumble sort. He likes to take what he can when he can take it. You already caught him trying to steal from you, but his words that he says seem to direct. He seems to direct kindness towards the lower classes and sees them as equals, and anything that he takes he's passing on and trying to build a better environment for those who are disenfranchised and those who are not actually. And he's basically trying to get a read on you as to whether or not you align yourself with the wealthy nobility or whether you align yourself with the lower classes. With that insight check, Wren, like I said, Collett is an open book of kindness. It's just how he is. So as you speak to him and you start to talk about the lower classes and that you're sympathetic towards them, you can see that he is also sympathetic in his own way towards the lower classes. But I'll leave this decision to you, Meltmar. Do you align yourself with more of the nobility, or do you align yourself with more of the lower classes?
I think I ride a very thick line in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Each to that.
Like now that I'm old, I don't really care for money anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about wealth. It's more about knowledge, experience.
Okay. All right. All right. There's your answer, Wren. Okay, so I'm going to say you two chat and Weave, do you engage in this conversation? Are you hanging out with them? I saw your constitution
no.
check, Risk. We'll do that in a second. No, you said you were off to do something. What were you off to do?
Yeah, I'm searching for a shop. I want to spend my money.
Okay, what kind of goods are you looking for?
I'm looking for some of the magic kind. I want to look at like possibly some armor for myself, but also some books. I am a sage after all. I like learning about new places where I go to.
Okay, well the closest bookstore is the one that you just destroyed. It's probably the best bookstore in the town, so I imagine that'd be the first place you'd stroll on over to see what was going on in there. Okay, so you make your way. I might
not need to spend money after all.
You make your way towards the rubble. Okay, Alex, what is this constitution? Before I go on with Weave, what's this constitution throw about? What are we doing here?
That was more for me to sort of, if people are treating me different and close, or if they're treating me poorly as I'm walking through the crowd, to see how I was handling it.
How are you handling it? Okay. Yeah, you're doing just fine. You find that whenever you go to somewhere to eat, they're at this point giving you food for free. They're not showering you with goods, but if you go somewhere to eat, if in Heed, in this part, I imagine you're still in the wealthy part, the wealthy districts, Heed, the central districts.
Yeah. Yep.
Anywhere you go in Heed, you eat for free at this point, and you're loving it. You might not be liking the looks, you might not like being treated differently, but you are loving the free food everywhere you go. At this stage.
No.
And then find familiar. What's this?
I'm just bringing my little familiar out.
And what
As a
is your
druid, I can bring it.
what is your familiar?
He's just a tiny little lizard.
A little lizard? Okay. What kind of lizard?
Little lizard. Small
Iguana?
version of the lizard I turned
Chameleon?
into.
Gecko? A gecko?
Yep. Yeah.
Alright, cool. Fucking cool as. Alright, sweet. What color is he?
Well, he would probably be a sort of dark and brown.
Nice. Yes, let's go. Alright, sweet little lizard buddy. Let's do it. Okay, cool. Does he have a name? You don't have to say right now? Not yet?
He does
Okay.
not.
Alright.
Because unfortunately, as a druid find familiar, he disappears at the end of the day, and I have to bring him back the next day.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I don't know if it's the same lizard. I just keep summoning a lizard that looks the same.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Alright, well if you want to name him, make him more regular, you let me know. Like I said, we're here to have fun.
Will do.
So, up to you. Okay, so you find your familiar, your lizard's getting around with you. Let's go back to you, Meow. So you stumble up and that dwarf from before is looking at her wrecked bookstore out the front. She's talking to the local guard and you start strolling over and she spots you immediately. She goes, You did this!
I quickly run away back around some cover, and I think I'll actually use Alter Self as a spell.
Oh! Okay, do a stealth check for me first as you slink away.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Dude, it is hot here in Brisbane today, by the way. I am sweating. 17, yeah, alright. You disappear into the crowd. What, how does Alter Self work? Do you just choose to alter yourself into something else?
I think
Read the spell for me?
yeah, I can alter my physical form, basically choosing on the following options of aquatic adaptation or just change appearance generally.
Yep,
I can decide what I look like, including like general stuff like height, weight, facial features, sound of my voice, hair length, coloration, other distinguishing characteristics, and I can make myself appear as another member of another species.
Okay.
None of my stats change.
So what are you turning into?
I also can't be that different. So if I'm bipedal, I stay bipedal, but I'm turning into the Dragonborn.
Okay. Alright.
So similar as like as close as it can be to a skug though in appearance.
okay.
As close as it can.
Alright,
As
so
Dragonborn in nature.
you shift shape and push yourself up onto your 2 feet, and I'm going to say you're what, like 6 foot tall, 6'2", 6'3", something like this. So you come back around and you see the dwarf staring up at the 2 guards that have been assigned to her, and she's going, "Find him! He's the one who destroyed my bookstore."
Wait, I don't think I can change height.
All right, well then you're still.
So
It's still tiny. But yes.
you can't change size category, so you can't go from being a small creature to a medium creature.
Okay,
But you can change in that size category itself.
so he looks more like a kobold than he does a dragonborn.
Yes,
then.
he'll
Okay.
look like a kobold.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep, so you slink away, you come back out as a kobold, and like I said, you can see the dwarf yelling and carrying on at these guards. But she, as you walk up, she doesn't recognize you as you walk up towards the rubble of the bookstore. What are you doing?
I'm gonna investigate around, see if there's any like special books or things of magical nature that I can try without needing to spend my 98 gold.
All right, roll your investigation check. What is this sweet goth metal that's kicked off in the background?
Ooh, yes.
Okay, yeah, you look around and you see a few, like, old dusty tomes that are laying about here and there. But laying directly underneath a beam, you can see a book that has these yellow pages that are sort of, as the wind catches the book, as it blows through out into this courtyard and fills this now open storefront. As the wind catches the pages of the book, they seem to move as if the book has been opened, but they are rippling inside the closed book that is pinned by this beam that's been brought down by the lizard man.
I see. I'm gonna investigate it closer and well, try and take it for myself. It looks interesting enough.
Okay, if you're gonna try and snatch it, I'll get you to roll. You've got to pull it out from underneath that beam.
No.
So first thing is getting it out from under the beam. So you might have to roll a strength check to see if you can get it out from underneath the beam first.
Just the normal modification run.
Yep. That book's not moving.
Wait, it's a critical. Wait. It's a critical fail. So I have luck and I can re-roll it.
Okay, fucking halflings, man. Oh, this is why I don't play with them. Alright, go, re-roll it. Okay. It's still a 10. You could move it, but you'll be drawing attention by moving the beam with a 10.
I'm still going to move it, yes.
Okay. You grab it and start to warble it and twist it. As you lift it, you can see that the guards are now seeing what you're up to.
Well, I can continue to grab it, yes, and
Yep,
then
you
as
grab the
fast
book.
as I can. Once I've got it, slip away.
I'm going to need you to roll a stealth check at disadvantage.
Oh no.
Oh. So do I put it to disadvantage?
So, no, you roll twice and take the lowest number.
I see.
Yep.
9.
They see you put something away, and they go, "Oi, you! What are you doing?" And one of them starts to walk towards you.
Nothing, sir. I'm just, having, making sure everyone's okay. Okay. I found this shard that could be dangerous. I'm pretty sure it's from my own ice knife that exploded. One of them must have gotten over here. I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'm just,
All right, roll a persuasion check.
put this in with
Deception. Roll deception. Roll a deception check.
That works.
Okay. He stops for a second, and then he turns back to the dwarf, and she still hasn't noticed. She's still chatting to the other guard. She stopped the other guard, and he goes, "Oh, your lizard friend. Then he dropped that when he came through the roof. Is that what that is?"
I say, yes, it must be.
Alright, you lizards, I don't want to see you around these parts anymore. Not you, not your big friend. I need you out of here. Alright, if I see you around here again, it'll be a night in the dungeon. Alright?
I thank him kindly and go on about my way.
Okay, you disappear, and as you move, the faster you travel, because you're moving quite quick to make sure that you're not seen again, the faster you travel, even with the book concealed, the faster the pages rattle within this tome. You'll need time to investigate it, though. This isn't something you can understand right now. You'll need a night to have a look and see exactly what this tome that you have found is. Okay.
It took time for me to transform as well.
Yep. Okay. The palisade is at the edge of the courtyard. Again, this image doesn't really show the true scale of this courtyard. It is immense, and the palisade that stands is about 16 stories. It is an immense structure, similar to almost like a skyscraper that beams out of the center of Blotrus. It has become a symbol. Interesting enough, at the peak of the palisade, this massive structure that reaches forward, you can see what seems to be a ruby line, probably maybe 20 inches, 25 inches, that runs around each of the bases of the floors, the whole way around it, that catches the morning sun and glints and has this structure light up. It's reminiscent of another location within Blotrus that some of you may within the fjord in Wren, actually. Some of you may have seen it before. How many of you have traveled to the capital of Wren, to Orthort?
Nope.
I have never done so.
Anyone else? Wren? Collet?
I imagine
have
I've
traveled
been
a lot.
around a bit. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So,
I've probably been
Orthort,
It's been a while since I was there.
Orthort itself is one of the most interesting cities, and part of the reason that Wren has as much money as it has, is that Orthort was rend from the mountains. So the whole culture of Bren, with the help of the dwarves, took these massive mountain line. They're called the Sunglaze Mountains. Actually, I haven't got my name across them. They're called the Sunglaze Mountains, and they rent into the stone, tearing the mountains down over thousands of years. This beautiful hewn city. As they struck veins, vast veins of ruby and emerald and all of these wonderful precious stones that run through this mountain like rivers, they carved sections of the city out of those veins of precious stones. So the Emerald District of Orthort literally is carved through emerald. The structures there will be built into the emerald veins that are left there. The Ruby District of Orthort, again, if they hit a mass ruby vein as they tore these mountains down to craft this city, in the Ruby District, the structures are crafted out of ruby, etc., etc. The Amethyst District, the Diamond District is obviously where the wealthy elite live, and it took them quite a lot longer to build up the Diamond District. You can tell that the rubies that line the main structure of Bloodthirst, the palisade in the center of Bloodthirst, are obviously an import from Orthort. They at sometime between Bren and Ebervold and their new truce, their fragile alignment, these rubies have been imported in to line this new palisade and keep that like glistening red across the outside of the structure. It's striking, absolutely striking to see. Time passes throughout the day. You guys haven't seen Weave for a while. Alex, you've got a very full belly. It's been about 4 hours. It's time to, well, if you want to, it's time to go meet Thux at the Palisade.
I'll be waiting at the Palisade for him.
Yep, you're at the front. Yeah. Is everyone else heading there? Collet? Wren, were you up to anything in this downtime as well, besides having a chat and getting to know each other a bit better?
Maybe a little rest after a couple hours, and then waking up, going to the palace.
Okay, beautiful. What about you, Wren?
Probably wandered, looked for some wealthy pockets to try and lift a couple of coin off of, and that's about it.
Okay, I'm going to say there were 2 people you bumped into, and you were able to find... You're able to find 27 gold pieces as you were moving around. Okay.
Very good.
Beautiful. Okay. Weave, are you intending to be there as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll go with them. I've been persuaded by Colot.
I call it? Okay. As you guys move along, you can see that behind you there is a vast steel tub that's being placed in directly in the center of the courtyard. You know what it is. It's for the Walk of the Blood Rose. We discussed this earlier, and you can see that it's beginning to be filled for today's celebration, today's ceremony. And on into tomorrow. That's just happening in the background. As you approach the palisade, they've taken all of their council guard and the chivalry, and they've dressed them all in the Bloodjager black armor with the gold detailing. That you know, Wren, that at any other time of the year, they're just in mail and plate and these sort of things. Maybe some of them have their helmets on. The internal guard do dress in the finest armors, but they only dress in this armor of the Bloodjagers during this time of year. It's about show. It's about showing that they have power. This ancient ceremony connected to Gorehound, etc., etc. You step on up to the doors of the palisade. They reach about 25 foot tall, guards lining either side of them. And as you approach, this is Collet, Wren, and Weave. You see that the lizard himself, Grisk, is already here waiting for you. And right as you go up towards him to approach, the big wooden doors behind him creak and start to open with a groan and let air and light into a massive entryway that leads up to four thrones that sit at the end of a hallway in a great hall. Coming out of the doors to meet you is the man himself, Thux. You can see that he has taken some of his armor off. He still wears the breastplate, but the arms, he's got his thighs, his thigh plates on, but his boots have been removed. He just has leather sort of simple boots on. His arms are exposed. The mail sort of ends at his elbow. He's only got one pauldron on. You can see that he's dressed down. He doesn't expect to be entering out into the public again today. So he started to maybe remove some of that formality that is expected of him when he does walk out within the populace, and he begins to beckon you in as he turns and walks back in towards the hallway.
Well, I'll follow him hesitantly. I'm
Yep.
still unsure, but I will follow.
Yep. Hi, Riddick. How you doing, mate? Go ahead, Ren.
How many times have I been inside this building before?
You've been in once.
Under circumstances where I was not doing something they condoned.
Yeah, you were here once before. You only really know
Okay.
the first and second floor. You haven't really seen much more. You had to leave before you were able to see any more.
Were they aware that I was in the building
No,
from the
no
previous time?
one was aware. No.
Okay, excellent. Then I'll stroll in very
Yep.
casually.
Okay.
And follow.
You're walking in. Hey, can you roll a deception check? The hall, as you guys stroll on in, I assume Weave and Collet you're following in as well?
I'm following behind Collet, yes.
Yep, Collet strolling on in.
Yep.
As you walk in, the pillars that move along towards these four thrones at the end are craft out of whalebone, gargantuan whalebone heaved together that hold up and prop this 16-story building. This massive structure is the foundations are built out of whalebone. And they hold this structure in place. Alex, you're maybe a little bit uncomfortable at the sight of this, but you do know Blotdrus is a whaling town, and you know that they do respect the whales in the area. It is in fact them making use of what's left of the whales. Okay, these massive giant whales that are in the sea. They're not hunting the whales specifically for this purpose. You're still uncomfortable at the sight of it though. Collet and Weave, I'm sure you're quite shocked at this sight. And you notice that Thux looks towards you, specifically Wren, to see if you look shocked at the sight of the whalebone pillars. And with a 21, are you looking shocked? They would take an average man's breath away.
I'm looking very shocked.
You're looking very
That's my
shocked.
Natural 20 deception check, apparently.
Yep. You've never seen anything like this in your life, huh?
Yep.
Alright, he sort of looks at you and he buys it and just sort of keeps on walking forward. He was trying to get a read on you. You knew straight away. He was trying to get a read on whether or not you've been here before. You have passed his visual pat down, alright? His elite visual pat down. That's an Always Sunny joke. Okay. So you stroll through, and in front, as Thux sort of steps to the side, in front of the four thrones, four thrones that have been placed out for the oligarchy, the local oligarchy. There is a table that's laid out. It's covered in food, and you can see there's a few of the nobility sitting around the table. There are very clearly four chairs aligned for you. At the end, where Thux presents himself at the head of the table and sits down, and he beckons you to come and take a seat next to him.
Yeah, I'll take a seat. Is there food for us also? What do you guys think?
I sure hope so.
Pops can't respond.
I also hope so.
I believe
Because
he
that's
meant
taking
like-
a rest.
Okay, so Melmar has stepped out. I said to him, you all heard it. We assume that he is along for the ride, but is not an active character anymore. Okay, so he's there, but just don't interact with him is what I'm trying to say. He's there, but just don't connect with him unless you want to know what's in that note at some point. At which point we can push for that if we need to. Okay, so you are beckoned in by Thux. Like I said, you sit at this table, and the table is littered with all sorts of like the highest dining. There's like a pig on a spit literally in the center of the table, and there's a cutout in the center of the table where they've lit a fire to cook the pig. You can see the nobility lining along each side of this long mahogany table that stretches across the entirety of the great hall. The servants come and go. You can see people who are dressed in armor sitting at the table. They seem to be part of the chivalry as well. There are those 4 thrones that sit on a dais off to the side of the table, behind the table. Do you guys want to roll a history check for me?
Yeah.
Do you want all of us to?
8.
I have to restrict my players to only like 1 or 2 of them.
No, I
Certain
just roll. There's only 3 of you here.
things. Cool.
It's about what you know and what everyone knows, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And it peels back the layers of the story as well. All right. 21, 6, 6. Okay, so you've never really wasted your time with the politics of the city, Wren. So this is you don't know anything about this, and you don't really care too much. Same with you, Grisk. But you, Weave, Usha, you are aware that there are 4 families that are supposed to rule over Bloodtruss instead of the Emperor. In the stead of the Emperor, not instead. In the stead of the Emperor. It's essentially, over the years, whittled its way down to 1 family. Okay? The others sort of have seats at the table, have seats at the court or whatever. But they really don't have any power in Bloodtruss anymore. It is only one family that still has power. That family is run. Sorry, first of all, the last name is Pa, so that's P-A-A is their last name. P-A-A, the Pa. They are run by one of 2 twin brothers named Villant. Villant is the first. Villain is the second. They were twin brothers, identical twin brothers. Villant has basically taken over the position of power within the city, not really with any malcontent. He's not out to secure power and undermine anyone else. It just has naturally happened over the years that the Parr family has taken control, and he's now the one that's at the top. His brother Villain went missing many years ago, and no one has seen him in a very long time. Okay. But Villant still runs the throne. There were whispers that maybe Villant killed his brother. There was also whispers that maybe one of the rival houses or rival families took him out, but no one knows where Villain has gone. Villant, when pressed, often will just change subject. He doesn't want to talk about it. And most of the city know that, so they won't bring it up. They won't bring up the nobility. The reason that I bring this up, though, is because you find it odd that there is this feast going on in the Great Hall of Bloodtruss, and Villant isn't present. Aztux beckons you all to sit down, so you'll sit down at the table alongside him. Who is going to take the seat closest to him?
I'll do it.
You'll do it? Okay, so you walk up and you plop down at the seat closest to him.
Is the seat designed for someone that has a long tail?
Yes, there is a slit in the back not for tails specifically, but your tail will fit through it. Like a normal throne or a normal chair or whatever it might be, there is a gap from about the lower back down, so your tail just sort of slops through the back of it, and thuds as it hits the ground.
Yeah.
I imagine Wren and Weaver, you're going to sit down? You're going to say anything? You do anything? What are you two doing? You see Grish walk up and plop himself straight down into the chair. He's ready for more food. He's been eating all day, but he's ready for more.
I'm going to sit down, and I'm going to remark on the fact that Villain is not here.
You're going to say something? Who are you going to talk to?
Yeah. I'm going to talk to... What was his name again? The
Thux?
D guy.
Thux.
Thux, yeah. To Thux.
Well, what do you say?
Well, Thux, this place is grand and very awe-inspiring, but I can't help but notice that Villain isn't here. Shouldn't he be, if it's this much of an occasion?
He sort of cracks a shot at you, cracks a glance at you. It's like shooting at stabbing his glance. Because he didn't expect you, with your stature and your look, to not even know the name Villain. He's never seen you in the city, so he would not expect a foreigner to know Villain's name. He sort of frowns at you. He says, I would expect that he would be here as well. Given time, he may show his face. For now, I think you should sit down.
And so I will.
Okay, so you walk forward and you take a seat. Also, I gotta show this because it's fucking awesome. So we already had this from Sunday, guys, which was the start of Meow's character. Sunday has, as you can see in the background here, now finished Meow's character. Look at it. It's sweet. Look, he's carrying a little slug cat.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It's fucking awesome. Sunday, you rule. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Okay, so you sit down at the table. Thux sort of starts with some light conversation about the weather and the wind and yada 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 and the cold day, but then he sort of gets to his point as the main course sort of comes out and you guys begin to eat. He says, I've decided to bring you all here. Obviously there was some drama, and a very good friend of mine, Ugrisk, has been affected by it. The Drow in the courtyard. We've gone through her things. She seemed to have empty pockets, but she did have this robe. We've tracked quite a few more that dress in a similar fashion, moving around down towards the docks. I'm wondering if you, particularly Wren, have heard or might know anyone that it could help us find a little bit more information.
Do I know any, like, thieves guilds that operate down in the docks?
He's asking just anyone in general. If you might know anyone at all.
Oh, sure.
So, yeah.
Well, do I know any, like, groups that run down there?
Roll a... I guess it's history. I don't know.
Yeah, it's always kind of weird for this because it's like knowledge local from Pathfinder, but that doesn't.
Just roll a history. We'll use history. Or what's higher, history or?
It's probably the same. My intelligence is +1.
All right, just roll.
Do you have anything in?
7. I mean, because I have a criminal background, I think I'm supposed to like
roll it at advantage.
Be in touch with like local guilds and things. So yeah, I'll roll again. 15.
Yeah, okay. Well, as discussed before, you know that there is you've seen people in these robes operating around the docks and the dock area. That's something that you knew before the history check. With the history check, you happen to know that there are two main people that operate out of the docks. The first are criminal orgs, because their docks give them an easy way out and into the city without having to be checked at the gates. And that involves thieves guilds, or anything to do with like the movement of drugs or illegal goods in and out of the city, weapons, this sort of thing. Anything related to crime, extortion. This is sort of their place. The other is you happen to know with that history check that there is a assassins guild. If you want something done and you need someone taken out, that operates in that area as well. Now, the reason I raise it is not because you think that the assassins would be tied to this robed organization that you bumped into with the Drow, but it's because these assassins are information brokers, and they work with the criminal organizations very closely because the criminal organizations have roots that spread quite a long way, and assassinations work on a know what you need and need to know basis. So if there's someone who might be able to provide in-depth detail, it'll either be one of these mob bosses or someone in this Assassin's Guild.
Okay. But I'm speaking to the nobility of the city currently.
Correct.
Which I'm well aware of as character. Okay.
Correct.
I'm just gonna say, I've noticed these figures around the docks recently as well. I have a few contacts that I could get in touch with, and that's all.
That's what you're gonna say. And okay, so Thorns sort of takes a deep breath. Thux takes a deep breath in, and he says, "And what would the city have to do to you?" Yeah, I've got the D&D. Sorry, Meow. I've got it up at the moment. Right now, I can switch it to the. Here, I'll switch it back to the city. What would the city have to do to have your assistance in this matter?
You know, the dock workers that all lost their jobs when that warehouse went up.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them still don't have homes. And I've been wondering about that. Perhaps you could.
Well, the current command is to force them out of the city. The Golden Docks, that warehouse burnt down. And it was because it was the oldest warehouse there. I mean, the Golden Docks were beautiful besides that one old, terrible warehouse. And I think it went up by pure chance. The local vagabonds are still hanging around. If you'd like them to be rehomed and moved on, I'm sure I could speak with the nobility and find somewhere for them to go that isn't outside the walls.
Well, if you want my help, you'll have to do something about that doesn't involve...
The vagabonds, Demi. Vaya. Yeah, it's Mexican, vagabonds. Okay. We can absolutely make that happen. If that's all it would take, that's probably a price much smaller than we were willing to engage with. So, absolutely. Grisk, as this seems to affect you, I assume you would want to move with Wren to discover as much information as you can in relation to your current predicament. My question is, if you're moving through the Western Docks, are you going to bump into any resistance, any old friends down that way?
Well, I can't really trust my memory if I can't remember you. Who says I remember any of our old companions?
He's sort of taken aback.
Know.
He's taken aback for a second. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. He sort of ponders to himself for a little bit, and you can see he's looking at he's looking at Usha. He's looking at Weave and wondering what to do with Weave. He's taking a stare at him as he's watching his little prying eyes move around the table. You catch his glance, Weave, and you can see that he's just staring directly at you. And he's sort of waiting for you to engage with him, so he can get a read on you.
Well, I think if they're going down to the Western Docks, I'm assuming Kalut is coming with them, so I will also follow behind him because I'm happy in his presence.
Okay. All right.
And so I think I'll take my leave without saying anything.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. All right. Well, Thux stands up, and he sort of is finished with his meal for the day. He looks across all three of you, four with Collet there, and he says, "Okay, gentlemen. Well then, this is all there is to it. You go down there, you find as much information as you can. I can't have anything interrupting our festival here, and I certainly can't have anything interrupting our memories and our friendship, Grisk. Is there anything you need before you set out? Can I provide you with food, water, goods, weapons? What is it you need?"
I might have some. Could I have some food, please?
He gestures at the table. There's plenty of food there. He goes, "Please take what you need." And you can see there's all sorts of cakes and goodies and breads and all sort of stuff spread out. You could probably scoop up enough to eat for a week.
I'll put that into my inventory.
Yep. Sweet cakes. He's looking to you, Wren, and Grisk.
Nature will provide what I need.
Nature will provide what I need.
I've already made my requests.
All right. Okay.
You know, a little resources like money, supplies might help.
Okay. All right.
Yo.
Well. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You won't mind if I find the people who've done this and they are no longer present in your city afterwards.
I'd expect as much, Grisk, and I'd expect you to bring me evidence of their death so you could be thoroughly rewarded. And he gives you a wry smile.
Excellent. I lick my lips.
Beautiful. Okay, at this moment you hear from the other side of the hall room, what is this festival again and again? Each day I come here, you waste this food. And you can see this like short little brown-haired man. He's dressed incredibly well. Comes strolling on in. He's got these glassy blue eyes. And he goes, he sort of points towards you and just the general table, and he goes, "Get it out of here as quick as you can. I'm done with it." And he sort of pushes through past the thrones, and you see him disappear through another door. And then as he's walking, there's one man following very, very closely with him that disappears in the door behind him, and then a rabble of nobility sort of follow behind him and disappear into the same door he disappears into. And Thux sort of stands up and he goes, "Gentlemen, it appears that I may be needed." And he sort of gives you all a nod of farewell and walks off, trailing whoever that was through the door and into the back rooms. Okay, you guys finish your meal and led out by a helper, someone who's there to assist, and the court guard. Basically put out the front door, and you stand in this square, this grand square that beams out before you. It's about 11 o'clock at this point. The sun is warm. Again, you're in a cold part of the world, but the sun is warm on your skin. You can smell the salt that beams off the ocean and rolls through the city, but it's sort of tainted by smoke and sweet and umami and all these different flavors and notes that are on the wind as this festival goes on. Lots of food, lots of drinking, lots of beer, lots of noise, and more than anything, lots of people around you. What are you guys doing? What are you up to?
I'm gonna start heading straight towards the docks.
Walking straight down towards the Western Docks?
Yep.
Okay.
Someone down there knows something or has cast some evil, foul death magic at me. They're not gonna be long for this world.
I watch Gris kind of set off, so determined, and kind of have a wry smile, and then stroll slowly behind.
Yep. Okay.
Towards the docks as well.
I watch Wren walk off with a wry smile, and with an even wryerly smile, I follow him behind as well. Eyeing his bags, but I know he's of a similar nature, so I don't trouble.
Yeah. You think he might? He'll be on to you before you're on to him. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So you guys push down towards the docks as you move out of Heed. And down towards the Western Docks. Remember, the Western Docks and the White Docks, these are the poorer districts. The White Docks are the incredibly poor part of the city. Stens Road, the road into the city from the south, and the White Docks is where quite a lot of the disenfranchised will gather. Just to give you some ideas, up the top here, Off-Turn. The reason it's called Off-Turn is it's unnaturally warm there, just by the nature of the bay and the water. So it's the area they use to farm. A lot of the farmers live in this area over here. Heldman Point is sort of the foreign district. A lot of people from Wren struggle to gain any kind of ownership of land inside the walls, just due to old grievances, shall we say. So this is sort of where the people of Wren gather in Heldman's Point, but Stens Road is the poor district. And so White Docks being incredibly poor, Western Docks are sort of run by the crime organizations, Golden Docks are where the elite ship their goods in and out of. So you're moving towards the Western Docks. You push through. As you get further away from Heed, you see that all of the marbled buildings and wonderful stonework starts to slip away, and you start to move into more woodwork structures. Nothing seems to have the exact and precise architecture. Stairs are bolted onto the sides of buildings where they can get them to attach. Everything seems to be wet. The stone floor seems to be less clean and well groomed. Where it is paved, it's covered in horse manure and other creatures that are pushing through. That sweet, wonderful festival smell that you were getting in the center of Heed it drifts away, and now it's salt. Salt and humidity, and you can tell that you're moving further away from the section of the city that wants to be put on display and more into the underbelly, the lower parts of the city. What are you doing in these western docks? Is there something a place that you're going? Is there someone you want to speak to? What are you guys up to? So you stroll on through. You can see noise, women screaming at the top. I thought I told you that you weren't welcome back here. You could hear people fighting and swearing and spitting and all this sort of stuff as you walk past bars and taverns and local shops and stables, and you could hear gulls chirping as they fly above you on the winds. That carry that smell of salt.
I'm following, keeping an eye on Grisk, and like to keep it in tow, and then looking to see if I notice any of these robes.
Yeah, okay. Roll a perception check for me. What are you doing, Grisk?
I'm steaming towards where he told me. I will be looking around a little bit, but yeah.
Okay. Well, you roll a perception check as well.
Yep.
What are you up to? Little tiny, itty bitty, meow.
I think I might go a bit further around in the docks. I wanna expand. I wanna explore just a little bit. I'll keep an eye on where the other two are going, but I have a bit of an explore, so I'll go a bit more down.
Okay, so you're sort of staying in orbit, but having a bit of a look on your own. I'll get you to roll a perception check for me as well.
Yes.
Okay, Grisk, as you're pushing through and looking around, the very first thing that you see is a real vile, vile, sullen, and sort of horged over. You can see the damage that's been done to his body. It's sort of like a minotaur that has some kind of growth defect. You can see that he's not as big as a minotaur should be, but he's still got the brazen bull face. He's still got the ring through his nose. He's in this sullen blackened tones. He's missing one sullen blackened clothes. Sorry. He's missing one of his legs, or at least the tip of his legs where his hoof should be, and instead he's got what seems to be a comical, golden human foot. In place of his hoof, and he's walking along like he owns the place. You see people sort of move out of his way as he's pushing through. He's got a sort of group with him, and he sort of moves into one of the stores that you see. It's a sort of lowly store, looks like some kind of bakery, and he just pushes his way straight into it. He seems like in this area that is a little bit lower class, it seems like he might have a higher standing than you'd expect, this Minotaur. Okay, Wren, you're scouting around with a perception check of a 10. You are noticing that people are looking at Grisk. You normally draw a bit of attention, even though you try to stay out of sight. You're known around Wren. I'd say you have a bit of a reputation, and people will normally, give thanks to you if you've helped them in the past, or maybe give hard looks at you if you've in the past wronged them. But a lot of the attention seems to be on Grisk. Word is spread throughout the town about this crazy lizard. So you're seeing lots of people noticing him, and it's making it more difficult for you to discern. You're realizing now that everyone's going to be watching him. So you might need to narrow your focus on what it is exactly that you're looking for. So if you want to roll another check to sort of tighten the scope a bit, have a think about what it is that you want to do. I'll come back to you in a second. Weave. You also see this Tauran Minotaur looking like a miniature Minotaur walking in, and you spot that gold foot immediately, and it's the very first thing that you see. But you also, you are watching the way that Wren is scanning the crowd. You're learning from him. He knows this city. He knows how to scan. You're watching his face, and you're watching how he basically is visually scoping and patting down everyone. And as you for a second stop and try to use his style of visual scan, and the very first thing that you see, as you hadn't thought to look up, is perched on the roof is a Kenku. He's got his hood on, his black beaks sticking out, and he's not trying to not be seen, but by the nature of his presence, he is just sort of up high and watching. Okay. So with that information, what are we doing? I'll start with you, Wren, because I said if you want to narrow your scope, you can.
Well, since it's hard to get a view based on everyone staring at Grisk, I'm gonna slip to the side and kind of move away from Grisk a little bit so that the attention drawn to him sort of has passed, and then observe as people are reorienting themselves. Look down the alleys, check if anything odd is going on.
Okay, I'll get you to roll another perception check for me.
Same thing.
A 10. You can see a group of orcs gathering in one of the alleys. It seems odd to see them all getting together like they are, but that's about it. Just that group of orcs.
Okay. They're not wearing the robes of this.
No. They look like they're pretty. They're not particularly well off. There's about 6 of them.
Okay.
Six of them.
Yeah. What are you doing, Grisk?
I will stop the first person who's closest to me, who's walking past me.
Okay, you grab a half elf. You grab a half elf, and he looks a bit shocked, and he turns up. He goes, "Don't hurt me, sir."
I won't. Who's that Minotaur?
Oh, what Minotaur, sir? What's a Minotaur?
Do you want me to hurt you?
Intimidation check.
Here's my intimidation. Oh, it's just gonna be a flat roll. Yep, that's about right. That's a 2.
Oh gosh.
He knows that he's protected. So he's not scared of you. And he goes, I never seen a Minotaur before, so I don't even know what that is. I've got to go. I'm late for work. And he sort of goes to push away from you.
Okay,
are you watching this, Wren?
Yeah.
Do you want to? You actually no, you don't. You recognize.
I spaced away a little bit, so I'm like 30, 40 feet away from
yeah,
them. But yeah.
You recognize the half elf that's been grabbed by Alex, and you see him sort of push away from the lizard folk and start to disengage.
As he starts to walk away, I'm gonna like wrap my tail in between his legs so I trip him over.
Alright, so he falls down and boom, hits the ground hard, and it draws a lot of attention. I will, because I'm not going to make you roll for it because he wasn't expecting you to trip him with his tail. He didn't even realize that you had a tail. This is a cause of concern for you, Wren, by the way. This is an immediate cause for concern.
I let out a sigh. Deeply.
Roll for sigh.
Forward. Roll for sigh, yeah.
No, so you stroll forward. Alex, what are you saying to this half elf that you've just tripped?
Oh, you're mighty clumsy there, fella. I'll pat him on the head and pick him back up to his feet.
Okay.
And as I'm patting on his head, I'm actually, pushing his forehead into the mud and the floor.
Okay, so you're making sure that you're asserting dominance here. Okay, Wren, you happen to know that this is Feanor, and now Feanor himself is just sort of a bumbling idiot, alright? But he is son of Fen. Fen is one of the crime bosses in this area. He is an elf. He doesn't look particularly kindly on Feanor. Feanor, like I said, is a half-elf. It is a son, not by choice. He slept with a wench. This is what came out of the human woman that he slept with. And so he has to protect Feanor, this half-elf. He has to protect him because it's his blood, but he is ashamed of him. And so someone drawing attention to a mistake of his past is probably not going to be going down very well with him if he's to find out.
I'm just gonna walk up as Grisk is kind of talking down to this poor fellow. And I'm gonna reach down and grab the half-elf's hand, but as I'm doing it, I'm going to mistakenly, quote-unquote, shove my hand hard on Grisk's tail and inflict a unarmed strike on him.
On Grisk?
Yes.
Are you trying to hurt Grisk?
Yeah, I'm purposefully trying to punch him. But I'm a monk, so I'm not trying to do actual damage, just like the 1 damage that you do from punching someone.
So you're trying to send a
Obviously, I'll do 1 damage.
You're trying to send a message to him.
Yes.
Okay. You feel that hard punch into your tail. Yeah, just take 1 damage, Alex. You feel that hard push into your tail, and you can see that Wren is trying to communicate to you. This is not the one that you want to be doing what you're doing to. Think about what you do next. I'm just going to jump over to you for a second. Weave. What are you doing?
Yep.
You can see that Kenku up high. You can see this distraction going on.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking that something is going to happen, and I've got a bit of a sense for it. So I think I'm gonna use detect magic. To try and get a sense if there's anyone that's possibly of danger or that is strange, because I don't really want to make a move right now when it comes to procuring something for myself.
Okay. You make sure you mark that off as one of your spells used. You used detect magic,
First up.
and this comes as a shock immediately. You use detect magic, and that 1 Kenku on the roof, you look to the roof next to it, and there's another Kenku, and you look to the roof behind you, and there's another Kenku, and you look to the roof over to your right, and there's another Kenku, and you're starting to realize that you were only supposed to perceive that one. It is an illusion, and there are Kenkus that are designed as illusions for everyone here. The one that you're looking at isn't real, but you know there will be a real one somewhere on one of these roofs.
Yeah. Interesting. I think
about what you want to do. I'm going to jump back over to you. Okay, so you feel that punch on your tail, Grisk?
Yep.
You look over to Wren. What's your next move?
I'm in the process of picking Mr. Clumsy up, so I'll help put him back up on his feet.
Pick him back up. And you can see at this point he's a bit shocked. He's seen Wren, and he knows Wren's reputation, and Wren doesn't fuck around. And now he's got you in front of him, who is a big scary lizard. And you can see that all of a sudden that intimidation that maybe you were trying to put on him before is suddenly coming through. He goes, "Look, I don't want any trouble, alright? I don't need it. What can I do? I just need to get out of here as quick as I can. What do you need from me?"
I want to know who that Minotaur is. That's all.
I know the Minotaur's name, right?
You do know the Minotaur's name. Yes, you do. It's you know him as Stiggs. He's a captain in one of the local crime families. Particularly, he is a captain in Fence crime family. This lad's dad.
I'm gonna say to this halfling as I put a gold piece into his hand. Get along now. It's fine. We'll talk to Stig. You said
Stiggs. Stiggs. S-T-I-G-S. Stiggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Said, we'll have a chat with Stiggs. I say like forcefully. To imply to Grisk that's the name.
Yep. So you've clued onto that, Grisk, that he's that Wren has the information that you want. Feanor goes, "All right, look, any problem you have with him is no problem you have with me. I'm out of here," and he just moves off as fast as he can, covered in dirt and mud, and tries to disappear down an alley, out of sight, out of mind. As he's vanishing, you hear the clink, clink, clink of Stig's metal foot, followed by his hoof. Walking out of the bakery behind you. It depends what you need, X. You let me know what you need. With me a Discord message, and I'll let you know. Sorry. So he stands by. He's just standing there, staring at you menacingly. You can see he's got a fresh bag of coin in his hand that he has collected from the baker.
As they do, I look at Grisk and say, like, what were you open to say to this fella?
He looked interesting, that's all. I wanted to know his name. It's important to recognize the interesting people.
You see one of his ears sort of flick.
That's true.
As he's listening in. And then Stiggs goes, "Right, lad. You want me name? It's Stiggs. And what the fuck do you want?"
Well, we have an issue with a cultist of some description. Oh no, some woman in weird robes.
You're talking about that daft lass that bit the dust this morning. I don't know her. I don't know her. I never have. I don't associate with types like that. I'm a well-grown, established businessman. Alright? We don't waste time with a rabble like that.
Fair enough.
And he hands his bag of coin to one of the goons behind him.
I say, yeah, Stig's here. He's a real hard worker. Really puts in the effort, if you know what I mean.
He shoots you a glance. He says, "You watch your fucking mouth, Wren. Those pretty teeth, they'll be in the mud."
I just kind of smirk at him.
You've stung him, and he knows.
I'm sure we've
You've got it exactly.
before, and yeah.
You've bumped heads before in the past.
Yeah.
Alex, roll an insight check, by the way.
Yep.
Back to you, little tiny meow.
I think I'm going to try and climb up onto that onto the roof,
Okay.
and then from there I want to try and use the perception to try and see if I can spy one that is not an illusion.
Yeah. Roll a perception check at advantage for me. Grisk, Stiggs is fucking lying to you through his bullhorns. He's telling a big fat lie. He 100% knows at least something about that drow, and you can tell. Okay, Meow. Did you just roll a natural 20? Okay. So
And an 18 for that, but yeah.
So you scan the rooftops, and again, all you can see is just kenkus across that have sort of been thrown up. But what you see specifically after the Asimir speaks and antagonizes Stiggs the bull, the Minotaur, you happen to catch with a natural 20 a kenku repositioning. All the others are still, but one of them repositions to get closer, and it cocks its head and its eye sideways. It sort of pushes in, and it's listening to see if it can work out exactly what's being said. And you think that it's probably trying to gather as much information as possible about whatever is going on right here.
Can I confront it?
You can, yeah. It's about 30 feet, so it'll take a second to get to you, for you to get to it, especially across rooftops. But if you want to,
that's fine. If we
you wanna move towards it?
I want to start walking towards it. Yeah.
Okay, so are you bouncing along the rooftop towards it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you care? Do you care if it knows you're coming?
I am sneaky until I'm within range to talk.
Then roll a stealth check for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You go unnoticed for now as you move towards it. Back to you, Grisk and Wren.
Okay.
Do I know of these Kenku watchers?
Roll a history check.
I'm just curious if I would have already clocked them or not.
Yeah. Yep.
This one watching.
No, I actually rolled well this time.
You did. You know, in fact, that Kenkus are very, very often employed by the Assassin's Guild of this town. The Assassin's Guild are called the Veiled Thorn, is the name they go by, and they use Kenku as information gatherers. Specifically because Kenku can recite in the exact voice that they've heard what is being said. So if a Kenku comes to you and can say in Stig's voice, "I'll knock your fucking teeth out," then they know that the Kenku heard Stig say that. So that's why they're used, because the information is pure that comes from them.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Do I know? You said that I earlier that I was familiar with the Assassin's Guild. Do I know how to contact them?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you definitely would.
Like a secret code or something.
Yep,
Somewhere to enter. Okay.
Yeah. You know that if you want to get in touch with the Assassin's Guild at midnight, you need to be on the edge of the southernmost western dock, and you specifically need to be fishing or faux fishing. That's the rumor. You've never tried to contact them yourself, but that's the rumor in these parts, that if you're fishing it and no one goes near that dock, you'll find at that time of night. You've at least noticed that at that time of the night, no one's ever on the most southern dock in the western docks. It's always empty. Because
Cool.
because even if it was not true, if you were looking to have someone killed and you were seen on those docks, everyone in town would know that if the person you wanted killed was killed, you were seen on those docks. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're convicting yourself by appearing on those docks. You're letting everyone know that, say you've had problems with a rival businessman and you want him killed, and then you go out onto those docks, everyone sees you out on those docks. So often people won't use it. There are also other stories that float around about how to get in contact with them, but that's the most common one. And that's the one you've had.
I'll look Stiggs up and down and go, yes, I can tell you're a very honest businessman. You do very, very honest things. Well done. You must have built yourself up from nothing. Congratulations. And I'm turned to leave.
Did you say you just leave?
I'll turn to leave.
You'll turn to leave. Okay. So as you go to leave, he goes, No. Wait right fucking there. And he sort of, you hear his little clank of his steel foot and his hoof as he steps back out, and clank and step. He goes, I hear you've been chatting to old Pretty Boy, or at the Palisade.
We had an encounter.
How much is he paying you? So you don't have to come down here.
He hasn't given me a thing.
Don't fucking piss on me leg and tell me it's raining, lad. Where's the gold? And he sort of steps forward and a couple of the goons sort of push around from behind him.
I can tell you with all honesty, he has not given me a thing.
He shoots a glance to you, Wren.
Yep.
He's waiting. He's waiting for you to confirm and or deny.
I'm like observing, interested, and then I'll cut in as he finally looks at me. Confirmation, and I'll say, "Yeah, I was there also." You know how I operate. There's not much gold on the line for this one.
Okay. Meow. You are in range of the Kenku. It hasn't noticed you. You're about, at this point, you've managed to sneak within about 5 feet of him. He hasn't spotted you yet. What are you doing?
I'm not going to use any spells. I think I'm just going to confront him straight up and let my presence be known. I'm going to ask him who sent him and why he has created illusions on everyone.
Okay. So you speak and you catch him off guard. And he turns around and fucking feathers fly everywhere. He turns and he looks directly at you and immediately turns his big crow eye directly at you. And he's going like this up and down, looking at you, trying to get an idea of what you are, because he has no idea. He's trying to work out whether you're food, friend, enemy. He doesn't know what exactly is going on. And he sort of is waiting for you to speak again, because you caught him. He didn't hear what you said the first time. He's now just looking at you, waiting for you to speak again.
Hello? Yes.
When you say hello, he says
Hello?
back to you in your exact voice.
Oh god, this is not going anywhere. Sorry to have interrupted you, but how about...
You by the way, you know Kenkus are intelligent creatures. They just communicate a bit differently. So he might come across as a fool, but Kenkus are not fools. Yeah? Kenkus are very, 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 very clever creatures.
Yeah. I'm going to use command.
The spell command?
Yes.
Do you have the spell command?
Yes, I do.
I guess you're level 3.
It's draconic.
Okay. What does command say to do in 2024? So you can do in 2024.
You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw. Or follow the command on its next turn. And then I can choose for it to approach, drop, flee, grovel, or hold.
Okay. Now, for the sake of the story, I'm going to let you use it on him. But it says creature, doesn't it?
Yes.
So I don't. Can you use? If it says creature, can you use it on a humanoid? Alex?
I'm double checking because they might have
I
changed.
don't
that.
remember.
They might have changed it. Yeah, that's what I'm checking. Regardless, I'm gonna let it fly here, but just for next time, we should find out. Because here it's quite good. It's good for the story. But I just want to know in the future if it's a if it is a creature
I
or.
think it includes humanoids, but I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
By the way, is it holding anything? I just want to make sure.
It's armed, but nothing's in its hand at the moment. No.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I think it.
Yes.
I think it
Yep.
means
Creature is
yeah.
the catch-all for everything.
Perfect. There we go.
Right. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I knew
Yeah.
one was a super group. But
Yeah, I know it worked. It worked in the old rule set. I just didn't know if they changed. If they changed it now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What command? So it's a wisdom saving throw for him. Is that what you said?
Yes. Attack 1, save, wisdom 12 is what it says.
Okay. Yep. What are you commanding him to do?
I think I'm gonna make him flee.
Flee.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, you, Wren and Grisk, hear a large caw, and then in a female's voice, you hear the words, "Just watch them. Just watch them. Don't interact with them. Just watch them." And it sounds like the voice is coming from all around you, okay? You can hear it on all of the roofs about you. And then you see a swarm of Kenkus all fleeing over the top of the roof. Every single illusion breaks and starts to run. And it looks like an army of Kenkus are flocking over the roofs and running south towards the White Docks. You see immediately Stiggs looks up and sees all of the Kenkus flying. He goes, "What have you done, lads?" And he just starts to laugh and bellow, "What have you done?" And he just sort of gathers his boys up and starts to walk away and strolls off around the corner. He's not interested in interacting with you anymore as he disappears into the distance. And you just see these Kenkus fluttering, feathers, some of them sort of fall and then disappear into the illusion. It's noisy, everyone scatters and dives into their homes. The streets are now just empty. It's like a western. All the windows shut, all the doors close. And you can see at the top of one of the roofs, about 15 foot away, you see Little Weave's eyes appear over the top of the roof.
Hey guys.
I'm not with him.
I don't acknowledge him.
Acknowledge him.
Sorry if I maybe interrupted anything you guys been dealing with. I get
I
that.
look at Grisk and I'm like, "Do you know that one?" I say like, "Hushed."
Not really. This is like the third time I've seen it.
Hey, roll a history check, Quant. To see if you recognize the female voice.
Yeah, I was curious about that actually. Not good.
You do not? Sounded a little bit too Kenku-y.
So the street's open.
Yeah.
It's completely abandoned, empty.
You're welcome, guys.
I was having a fun conversation with that Minotaur.
Yeah,
Well, I
he's about the one.
Standing... You notice that the streets are completely clear. Standing in the center of the street, let's say you're on this road right here. Let me just draw. You're on this road right here. Yeah. Standing in the street, and I'm going to say your interaction just happened right here. Okay. In the center of the street, right here down the end. Like I said, the streets are now completely empty. There's a black goat. Just standing at the end of the street. Staring down.
That's not normal, right?
I mean, it looks like
magic.
looks like a goat, and it stands there for a bit, sort of nods its
I'm gonna do a
horn.
nature check on it.
Oh, I forgot I'm dealing with a druid. I think fuck. Yeah, it looks like a goat.
Yeah, it's a druid who can't fucking roll.
Yeah, it looks like a goat.
Yeah, the goat.
You do have an inspiration point.
Nah, it's fine.
All right.
I'll use it for something important, not looking at a black goat.
I'm gonna say, "Hey, Grisk, you see that goat?"
Yeah, it looks like a goat.
Can I use
Could be dinner.
Yeah. I don't think that's very normal around here.
Could I use a
What?
nature check?
Goats or dinner?
Both in these poor parts of town.
Oh,
I'm going to bed for dinner once again. You can roll a nature check, by the way. I heard you say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
thank
it certainly appears to be unnatural.
Yes, as guessed. Anything that didn't run.
Um,
Black goat.
it
I'm-
just
I will
slowly
put
strolls away into this alley.
going that way.
Into the alley. It's going to the sea.
Now, remember
The other alley.
you also saw the Kenku head this way.
Yeah.
Or the Kenkus.
Do I have like a vague concept of, like, do the Assassin's Guild operate near that dock that they have people go to? Is that
It's
thought of as sort of the,
roll a history check again for me.
okay.
It's just to determine how much you know.
Oh, God.
Not much.
You know they operate
Very
in the docks. That's as much as you know.
docks.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've never clued a spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just start walking forward. Actually, I'll move at speed and try and catch the corner of that building to see where the goat's going.
Where the goat's going? So you push down here towards this?
Yep.
Okay. What are you doing, Grisk? And we've...
I'll follow Wren. I'll follow him down there.
Okay.
I think I'll follow them as well. This one's still in split from the party.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm pretty quick.
Again, it's eerily quiet as you walk down this long road. You can see the ocean out behind it, and the ocean is alive out there. There's gulls and the waves are rolling, but you can't see anyone walking back or forth along these roads. As you pass past buildings, you might see some eyes peer out, and they'll shut their windows. Seeing all those Kenku's flies have driven everyone inside. You can still hear in the distance, Greater Heed. The center of Blotrus is still pumping with festivities, but the western docks have been cleared. You have been labeled disturbers of the peace, and no one wants to interact with you at this stage. As you come down and get to this corner and peer around it, you cannot hear the ghost. You cannot hear the goat, or see the goat rather, anywhere around. But I want you to roll a Constitution check, Wren.
Check or save?
Save.
Oh, actually, they're the same.
Yeah, they are exactly the same.
Uh-oh.
You can hear a voice in your head. Says that.
The ground around here, is it like cobblestone? Is it like...
Yeah, so this is
Dirt,
this is one of the main roads through Western Docks, as you can see here. So it's sort of cobblestone paved. Like there are parts where you can see the dirt and stuff. It's not very well maintained. Once upon a time, it was well kept, but now it's used as a main passageway for like lots of carts and stuff that are carrying goods from the Western Docks into the rest of the city. As you push into these like side alleys, they are dirt. For example, this one here is dirt. Yes.
Okay. Well,
No.
I'm gonna do a survival check to try and see if I can see any goat prints in said muck with 9. God, I cannot roll up.
I'm going to give you, just because that's really fucking clever, I'm going to give you a advantage, roll at advantage for that.
Okay. There we go. 23.
You can see that there are goat prints, and where the goat has walked, you can see that the mud is dry, has gone dry, as the hooves walk along. Everything around them's wet, directly where the hooves are pressed, where the ungulatory U has been pushed in. They are dried.
Right.
Yeah.
I presume I made it to the corner and am looking.
You're looking down into a very, very dark alley. The light strikes from this direction. This way, in. And this alley is very, very dark. Not pitch black, not like cave darkness, but until you sort of walk in and let your eyes adjust, it just sort of looks... It's like, look like you... Yeah. You got low...
darkness in some odd ways.
Do you have low light vision?
Yeah, he does have dark vision, yes.
Okay, you can see that the hoof prints sort of wrap around and disappear into another little alley here. At this stage, I'll get you to roll a Constitution check as well, Grisk. Can you see down the alley?
I do not have dark vision.
But you can see the alley at this stage. Okay,
I can
you
see
here?
the alley, yes.
Yeah, you're here. Yeah, okay. Can you roll a Constitution check? Where are you right now? Yeah.
I think I'm peering. So I'm gonna draw on the map, but I've seen them go into this alley, and I'm kind of moving around to the edge of these docks and peering around to see if anyone's left.
Okay.
The alleyway. Yeah.
So you're moving towards here?
Right now.
Okay. Cool.
I'm like, yeah, here right now.
Okay, cool. Just make sure you control Z, guys. Feel free to draw all over it. Just control Z it away once you've drawn. Okay. You step out onto. Are you trying to stay hidden or?
Not so much. No.
Okay. You step around this corner here, and right as you step, the moment you break, the very fucking second you break that line out onto that street, a crossbow bolt whizzes right past you and slams into the wall right here next to you, and it has a little note.
Yikes.
A little note attached to it. Just the minute you walk around that
Grab
corner.
that. I grab it carefully out from the crossbow and then look around, startled,
You
trying
can't.
to discern where it came from.
You can't see anything. You roll a perception check if you want to.
If the street is quiet, do I hear that?
Oh yeah, you hear the thwack, and it's unmistakable. You know exactly what that exactly what is happening.
Do I see the goat as I look down this alley at all?
Not currently. You can see where the goat may have gone.
Okay, yeah.
The
goat
Meow,
was
Meow, can
moving
you message me on
slowly.
Discord real quick? I just can't find you on
Yeah.
Discord. I just need to send you a message, and I can't see you on Discord.
Okay.
So what are we doing, guys?
I'm gonna look and note if Weave, that's your character's name? Yeah, Weave
Yes.
is in danger.
You see him briefly reading a note, and then he looks over towards you and tucks it away.
Okay. Narrow my eyes, and then I'm going to slink into the shadows of this alley and keep following the hoof prints.
Roll a Constitution check for me.
Hey, that's a little better.
Okay. You hear a voice ring through your head again. Alex, what are you doing? You step into the alley, and it before you, Gris, Wren, you've stepped into that alley. That voice beams you, and it rattles you through your bones. Take a point of damage, just a single point of damage. The alley, even though you've got low light vision, it still feels like you can't peer through 5 feet in front of you. It's this like uncanny low light. It's kind of think of it like your light shining off of a puddle into your eyes, or when you're trying to peer into a dark room from an outside the outside. It's just something's wrong as you're looking around. Alex, can you roll a Constitution check for me as well, just briefly?
In addition to the one I rolled just before?
Yes, because this is something separate.
Cool. That is a 5.
Yeah, okay, cool. That one's for me. Don't worry about that. What are you doing?
Oh, I keep following the dried up hoof prints.
Okay, so you're walking up towards the alley. As you step into the darkness of the alley, you stroll in. You can't see Wren anywhere. You're looking around and you saw him walk in. Now you're in here. You can't see him anywhere. You can of course see the alley where the goat is. So you stroll up, and I appear you're looking down and into it.
Yep. Do a perception check.
Yep. Go for it.
Now,
Wow.
an 8.
I want you to do a survival check for me.
12.
Alex, you might
Oh, it rolled twice.
be starting to get lost. You look back towards where you came in, and it doesn't look the same anymore. You look at the ground, and the hoof prints still lead into the alley in front of you, but behind you, they're gone. Weave, what are you doing?
Well, I want to try and connect back with Wren and the others. I saw Wren check at me from outside the corner. And I saw him, and then saw him go back in. So I think I want to climb back up onto the building and look around for them, if I can see anyone.
It will take a little bit longer for you to get there. If you do go over the top of the buildings, you're happy to just take the time it takes. Okay. So you climb up onto the buildings. You get up onto the top of the buildings and you look around. And
A little on edge as well.
yeah, and you should be. You can feel yourself being watched. You can't see what's watching you, but you can feel yourself being watched. And I need you to make a Constitution save.
Save? Yeah.
Yep.
12.
Okay, where are you? There you are. You hear this from the alleys.
Oh. I see. Do I have to do another...
No, that's what you've heard. Okay, back to you, Wren, I think.
Do I see Grisk?
Roll a perception check. Wait, are you just using your eyes to perceive him? How are you trying to perceive him? Just visual?
No, I'm since I entered this alley and it seems like I can only see 5 feet in front of me. I'm trying to just assess if Grisk is following me. So, hearing, sight.
Okay, cool.
Smell.
Roll.
Oh God.
You smell nothing but sulfur. Can you roll another Constitution check for me? You can just smell very, very, very powerful smell of sulfur. It is overwhelming. Okay.
14.
In your head, once again, you now hear this.
May I insight that?
Sure can.
Oh, God.
Seems real to you. Alex, what is Grisk doing?
So I can't see the tracks behind me. Where I came from. Okay. Can I hear Wren or anyone else moving around?
Roll a perception check.
Obviously.
Yep. You cannot.
Perfect.
What you can hear, though, actually roll another Constitution check for me.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. You hear this, and it sounds incredibly believable, except where the slash is. Actually, I'll just write this. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Had you rolled lower, you might have heard one.
Yeah. Yep. Right. Okay.
Can I start moving?
Also, just so you know,
Yeah.
guys who are in the stream, I will show you and tell you what is happening once the players move through it, once they're on the other side. Just so you know. I know there's a bit of secrecy going on, but it's to build tension for my players at the moment.